Celebrating literature. That's what we do. So Fuerza, just to talk about it a little bit, is a monthly open mic that happens at the Lawrence Public Library every third Wednesday of the month. So I brought some people that normally come to Fuerza. We asked a few people to come and see if they wanted to perform, and here are some of the students from Lawrence High School that said that they did. So I think I'm going to start off with a poem, and then I will introduce the next person, and then the next person, and then the next. So this poem I wrote for my students. I teach at an after-school program at Chelsea High School, and last year senior class needed a poem, so I sat with myself and I wrote this last year for them, but then I always bring this up whenever I just feel the need to express healing. So yeah. Your mind can create mountains and monsters all in one sitting. You can save the hero and cry for help all in one night. You can create graciousness after greatness and fumble after failure, all in a matter of a day. You can free your mind from toxic blocks that limit your greatness. Your redemption lies within the bottomless pit of unlimited waters. You fear your own swimming ability to go from point A to point infinity before ever jumping in. The waters require passion and hope and believing that flying free in a universe is more possible because you want to and must find whatever it is that is waiting for you out there. Free yourself from yourself. Set goals you are afraid will never happen. Dream so big you have nightmares of tumbling in a well of disappointment and fiascos, drowning in the blood of your personal frustrations. Focus on the sky. Up, up, and away to a world so unknown and maybe uncomfortable to breathe. This place is scary and exciting and exotic, and you will be anxious and overwhelmed. A place full of self-growth and new knowledge. Stand up for your ability to be better. Redeem yourself from the lowest version of yourself. You are rich in love and light, faith, and optimism. Run with that. Fly with it. Swim overseas with the key I have granted each and every one of you. Use it for the rest of your life if you must. Careful now. Don't lose it. I only made this one original copy. So am I going to be random about it, guys, or what's the matter? Okay, so I'll go first with you, Kaylee, is that okay? Alright, so Kaylee's an amazing human being. She's an amazing poet. We'll be going to the New England Writers Conference in Vermont next week. She got her scholarship for that program, so I'm very excited for this next writer. Kaylee, everybody.
So I call this poem Friend A. I wrote it a while back, maybe a few weeks ago. So it's like we're inseparable, can't get rid of each other. If you met us, you'd swear it's like we have the same body. But he never knows when to quite relax, because being with him makes me anxious, and it's quite hard sometimes because he makes me shake and it's hard to breathe. He's always making me rethink things and second-guess myself. He stops me from being social at times, seeing the person across the room who might be someone I want to start a conversation with, but he pretty much tells me I can't. And he gets really overprotective, not allowing me to meet new people who could potentially be good for myself. He doesn't like certain things about himself, so he takes it out on me. He feeds on my insecurities to make himself stronger. Taking pictures with him is a struggle because he never knows when to look good, and being perfect is an actual thing to him. There's no such thing. There's so much more to say about him, and I can't really find words for it because they're so difficult to compare him to. We're inseparable. I can't get rid of him. It's like we share the same body, my friend Anxiety.
Thank you, kids. So another thing about Fuerza, it's a really special space for our community in Lawrence, for people to come and heal and just vent or just come up to the mic and speak their hearts. So I always set a set of rules of like respect the people on the stage, because sometimes it takes a lot to come on stage. So you guys are doing great. Thank you so much. Our next performer is going to be Joseph. I just say it slow, they don't know it's coming. And Joseph is a sophomore at Lawrence High School. And yeah, he's about to be a junior, and he's an amazing writer of both English and Spanish.
How many of us actually know Spanish? Because this poem is only in Spanish.
It's okay. Don't worry.
All right.
I speak Spanish.
So I actually wrote this poem thinking, what would I say if it was my last day in the earth? So this poem is called My Last Words. Tal vez no complací a todos los que debía. Tal vez provoqué muchas heridas. A lo mejor no sabía lo que hacía. Pero algo les quiero decir. Todo lo que hice me dieron experiencias, las cuales ahora no puedo compartir. Solo les voy a decir. No se lleven mis hijos de lo que otros quieran y digan. La vida es una y quiero que la vivan. En este mundo, todos comentan, todos opinan, pero nadie sabe cómo es tu vida. Enfócate en tus metas y en salir adelante, porque eso será lo que te llevará a ser grande. En este mundo de discordia y maldad, sin importar la adversidad, lucha por lo que vos querás. Thank you.
This next performer is, can I say that you are like an upcoming poet? He's kind of just started writing a little bit. No, you've been writing for a long time. But I witnessed her at, so we have Fuerza workshops at the Lawrence High School. And yeah, that was my first time hearing her, and I thought she was amazing. So I'm really happy that she decided to come on board. Also bilingual in her poetry is Joanna.
Right.
Okay, so I'm kind of nervous, and like this one was my first poem. I just did it like really short, because I didn't have no idea, so I just read my feelings. I was like, my fuerza comes from remembering los campesinos working hard, cosechando para vender, my strength, faith, bendiciones, Papa and his motor looking for money to maintain his family. To expect someone to bring you what you want, but to go what you need. Dichosos somos. Yo queriendo subir hasta alcanzar todo, but one at a time. Cultura is not something that we own, but what we have. Church every domingo, the green grass always, el aire, la playa, río. Family reunion, tradition, and don't run, just walk, cause one day at a time.
Thank you, my love. Up next, we have. How are you guys feeling today? By the way, are we good? Are we all? Are we all energized and
Why?
well?
Yes.
All right. So up next is an amazing educator. She is the one that is always down to bring her students to Fuerza and fill up the space whenever I feel there is no space. Or whenever I feel that there's not a lot of people, she's always recruiting a lot of her students to come in and educating them about Fuerza and why we love Fuerza. So up next we have Julissa Nunez.
Las ranas están gritando.
Okay, so I tried finding two pieces that I had done when I was in the Navajo Nation. I got to go to a writing conference there thanks to Andover Breadloaf and the Breadloaf Teacher Network. So I couldn't find them, but that's okay. I'll do my most famous poem that I have, and it is titled City of the Damned. Crime is soaring, schools are failing, government has lost control, and Lawrence, the most godforsaken place in Massachusetts, has never been in worse shape. J. Atkinson. Damned. D-A-M-N-E-D. I am not damned, I am empowered. You see, my superpower is teaching. I use every single fiber in my being to mold youth into confident, resilient young men and women who you can't hold back by saying they're from the so-called damned city of Lawrence. I am not damned. I'm motivated. I'm from undercover dreamers and believers fighting each and every single day to educate our youth on how to move mountains and be themselves, because there is nothing worse than a person who falls for anything because they don't stand for nothing. I am not damned. I'm neglected. I didn't always see myself as a proud product of Lawrence. Hiding in the dark, suppressing all feelings and emotions because nobody would understand or cared enough to know. I am not damned, I'm driven. I wear my heart on my sleeves, and I no longer hide but shine bright, as Mami says, echa pa'lante Julissa sin miedo, porque así es la vida. I am not damned, I am diverse. I used to say I'm not supposed to be a teacher though, because teachers don't look like me, with my glowing brown skin, curly hair, not to mention the fact that I'm a gay female. And yes, I may have my low income, first generation college graduate credentials, but I am not damned. I am adverse. Because now I teach. I teach students to not limit themselves because of who they are or who they think they should be. I teach students who look like me and aspire to do great things, like teach. I used to see a world that had no place for me, but now I know better.
Sorry. All right, y'all. So I'm going to do one last piece, but then after that, do we open it up to people that want to come on stage, or how do we?
Well, the open mic's like at the end.
Oh.
There's another group.
Okay.
But you're doing really great on
Sorry,
schedule.
I'm used to asking people to come up on stage.
I know, forever.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. All right, so, yeah. Thank you, everybody. This was really cool. This was really amazing. Just allowing us community members from Lawrence to come up and speak our truths is really important to us. So I'm going to end it off with this piece, The Sounds of Silence, I think. That title might not be the title yet, but I'm working on it. I'm addicted to the sound of silence. The sound of nothing is happening to me at the moment, so I'm good. The sound of the breeze cooling down my ears, the sound of the highest form of meditation. The sound of take me to a place of happiness, where money is limitless and I own all of it. Where stress is non-existent and I'm free from toxins. Where I am not a victim nor a witness of oppression, where I am free. Free from everything that worries me. Free from thoughts that control me. Free from rejections and apologies and monogamies and ish. I want to be from a place of you and me. From a place of us. I want to know all of my destinies, authenticities, and to be sure I belong to you. I want to be 100% certain that you love me as much as I love you. And I need to know that my thoughts aren't ignorant, that I make sense. No more mysteries, no more questions, no more lies. I need the truth. Thank you.
I don't know if they have more.
Or do you want to do another?
Do you guys have more pieces?
Yeah, one more.
If you like one more.
One more time, we'll do at least one more.
They're too effective, you know.
I know she has another one. You came to the hoop, so.
I see the phone's thumbing, so there'll be something on the way. Something's around the bend.
And I'd like to say just a few more words before y'all go. Okay. I was gonna do this in your class. Okay.
Oh, she has something.
Move this down. Too much of it was over Uranus's face.
We want
Oh, no, that's
video.
funny.
We're gonna be on YouTube. Or LeftTube.
Oh, and
Please
she's
know that you are so welcome to come here on usually the fourth Sunday of the month. Our meeting is going to be on the third Sunday this time because of Memorial Day. But please, you know, the whole thing is about allowing people to express. That's what we're here to do. So I just had this little, anyway, I'm not very churchy, but here's what I've got. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Well, I always thought that came from Genesis, but it doesn't. It's John chapter 1, verse 1. And in this metaphysical dictionary, the Word is the true inner self of every individual. Man, therefore, contains within himself the capacities of being, capital B, and through his words uses the creative principle of divine mind to create. This is our job, folks. This ain't just, you know, a fun every third Wednesday of the month or fourth Sunday of the month. We are here to express, and that's what we do. So,
All right, is there another one coming, or do you want to?
yeah.
I am having technical difficulties.
Oh, dear.
Turn off your
Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
that's software, is you have to keep waiting.
Sometimes the Wi-Fi here is a little iffy, so if you turn off your Wi-Fi, you'll get it on your disk.
I've got it's appropriate.
Oh, for the,
Yeah. So, I'm not really much of a poet, but something said to me this morning, bring this with me, and it's not my poem, but I'm going to share it. This was published in Applesauce back in 2004. It was written by a student at South Lawrence East School, whom I've never met. I think it was Robert Frost who said, and I'm paraphrasing, that the mark of a great poem is not that it lasts for 100 years, but that when you hear it, you know you will never forget it, even if you live to be 100. And this is a poem that did that for me. So I'm going to share it. Like I said, I don't know the poet. Her name is Adelisa Martinez, and she'd probably be in her 20s now because she was in middle school back then. And it's called A Long Time Ago. Though it seems sometimes that most things that mattered happened a long time ago, that is not really true. What's really true is this. By the time you realize how much something mattered, time has passed by. by the time it stops hurting enough that you can tell about it, first to yourself and finally to someone else, more time has passed. Then, when you finally sit down to begin the telling, you have to begin this way. It was a long time ago.
So that one comes from Lawrence on a time machine long ago. Yes. How are we doing? Anything? No, all right. Well, we'll have some more time later, probably in the open mic or maybe between. Anyway, so I can't keep the camera focused up here because if anyone's seen Kenadine, they're everywhere all at once. So all I can do is stay out of the way. So here they are. Kenadine from Tuesday 4 Poetry, they represent.
All right.
Anyway, we sponsor a program at North Andover Library, which is
Stevens Memorial.
Stevens Memorial Library, and it's on the 4th Tuesday of each month, so that's why we call it Tuesday 4 Poetry.
And it's 4.
Tuesday 4 Poetry. But anyway, and usually we just host, but sometimes we'll do some of our poetry. We didn't think anybody was going to come because no one had told us that they wanted to come up. We didn't see Mark Torrey here, which is great.
We planned to just lather on.
What we planned to do today was what we used to do before we retired. We used to tour across the country and out of the country as well, performing poetry in schools. And it was all performance poetry. And it was done by authors that students would find in their textbooks. We would do separate shows for grades K2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 12 in college. And
I just want to share with you that for K2, basically, you fall down and fall asleep. And in high school, you do war and then love.
right. But you have to be careful though if you're doing a middle school show and a high school show on the same day, because sometimes the middle school don't want to touch each other, but the high school we have to take the hands apart. When we're doing our love poems.
Yes.
But anyway, we're going to start off with a poem that we used to use to start a lot of our shows.
Ready?
And something is going to happen. I tell you, I know.
This morning, I tell you, I saw ice in the bucket.
Something is going to happen and you can't duck it. The way the wind blows is the way the dead leaves go. Something is going to happen.
And I'm telling you so.
He clasps the grave with crooked hands, close to the sun in lonely lands. Ringed with the azure worlds he stands. The wrinkled sea beneath him crawls. He watches from his mountain walls, and like a thunderbolt, he falls.
Something is going to happen.
I declare it. It always happens on days like this. Mother said, no, I didn't make the world or make apples red.
But if you are a man, are you a man? Look, you will have to help me with this. Put your copy down and stand up over here. You will have to buck up and try to bear it. Have you ever bucked up?
Yes.
No. So you will shout when you put one hand like this and one like this and say, now raise your right hand and repeat after me. For this morning.
For this morning.
The sun.
The sun.
Rose in the east.
Rose in the east.
I swear it.
I swear. Cody.
Cody, come. Now in the steps says to Cody to get to the chair. He was promoted to knighthood, so this is Sir Cody. And he will be our sleeping knight. So Sir Cody, I'm going to make you sleep. Here is the spell. Sir Cody, sleep.
Oh, and I have picked Jessica over here because, you see, in this poem, I needed someone to look like an angel. Because Jessica's going to play our angel in this poem. But Jessica, you don't have to say anything. We just have to turn you into an angel at first. And angels have wings. Let's see those wings. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And then your knees up. That's great. Now, all you have to do on the first line of the next poem is fly over and stand behind the sleeping knife. Okay, here we go. An angel, robed in spotless white,
Bends down to kiss. The sleeping night.
night woke to blush. The sprite was gone. Men saw the blush and called it dawn.
So, Sir Cody, if you would stand, please. And Jessica and Cody, take a bow. Please give it up for Jessica. Something is going to happen.
I swear it will. Men have wept watching water flow.
And feet move fastest down the old track they know. Look.
Look,
Oh, did you look? How life is lying across that hill.
something may happen today if you don't sit still.
I have eaten the plums that were in the icebox and which you were probably saving for breakfast.
They were delicious. So sweet and so cold.
Something is going to happen.
Without a doubt. And if you aren't careful, it may happen this very minute.
Have you ever opened a drawer and found nothing in it? Or opened your mouth and tried to shout?
But something happened and the shout would not come.
Out.
Much madness is divine sense to a discerning eye. Much sense, the stock is madness. 'Tis the majority of this, as all prevail. Assent, and you were sane. Demur, you're straightaway dangerous, and handle with a chain. But something is going to happen.
Whatever you say, whether you look out the window or walk through the door, some things will be less, and other things more.
It's simply no use to turn your head away. Something is bound to happen on a day like today.
To try and change everything any which way for the sound of your name. What's your name?
Anne.
Anne. Can I have a nice, soft, sweet Anne?
Here we go all together.
Anne. But the sound of your name ends with a mouthful of air.
And the lost and the found can be found the lost anywhere.
Therefore, to prepare you, there is one more thing I must say.
Delight may dawn as the day dawned calmly today.
We just started out with 5 poems. The long poem that we broke into little sections was called Something is Going to
Happen.
And that was written by Robert Penn Warren, who was the very first official poet laureate, which was like 1960? Something like that. You think it was like a long time ago, but it wasn't. It was like really pretty recently we had an official poet laureate. And we had sort of unofficial ones before that. Then we did 4 little poems. We did, let's see, The Hard-Cutter's Memory, which one? We did, The Eagle by Alfred Lord Tennyson, then Dawn by Paul Laurence Dunbar. This is Just to Say by William Carlos Williams, and Much Madness is Divine and Sadness by Emily Dickinson. And now, we're going to do a poem now that's a little bit more like a story poem, and it's a good one. We like to do it for high school kids because it's got all the good stuff in it, you know. It's got like, it's got violence, and it's got blood and stuff, and it's got ghosts, and you know what else it's got? Romance. Yes. This is The Highwayman by